Hi, ladies. Hi, gentlemen. And the people who don't give a frost. I'm out with a Yang for short. Joining me here, I have the lovely vynnada, the lovely Abby's Corner, and we're going to be running a Devil May Cry Hard All Collectibles with the legendary Dark Knight skin because we met that incentive. So let's get this party started. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, Devil May Cry, and then we'll start the run. We'll describe it a little more once we get in there. So, yeah, 3, 2, 1, Devil May Cry. So, we're running hard. We can kind of get into the details of that later. For starters, we're going to be mostly focusing on the all collectibles portion. You see me doing jumps here. Jumps are just a little bit faster than running. And right here, this is kind of the start of our All Collectibles journey. We're getting all the blue orb fragments in this run, and that's going to include all 12 secret missions and all the bonus weapons that we would typically skip in any percents. Here we're going into our nice little castle, and you can kind of see our costume selection here. We have some nice drip, looking good. This actually doesn't change a whole lot in the run. We're going to get some nice cool combat music, and also we're going to have Devil Trigger from the start of Mission 1. And there's one more blue orb fragment. We're coming up to our first real trick of the run. We're coming up here, and if we get it first try, we did. There's $100 dues on top of that sphere. And we need $45 to open this door, because pay-to-win doors were, I guess, just a good idea to them. But it saves us about a minute and a half of running around the room and collecting money there. One more quick blue orb. And then we're going to come up here and we're going to get our rusty key. And okay, platforming issues. We got this nice rusty key now. We got it from the puppet. And yeah, the puppets are alive. So we're coming down here. And this enemy is a fetish. We are actually going to kill this thing twice, because we're trying to farm a couple good orbs from it. We're trying to finish this mission with 400 orbs, so we can get a thing called a special bonus. And there you get the nice combat music that I was talking about. A little more techno. I really like it. Get some rolls in here. And then we're going to get one more quick red orb cache up here. And our fourth blue orb fragment will give us a full blue orb. Every 4 fragments gives us a full blue orb, which gives us a health upgrade, which we are actually probably really going to need it in this category. And we're going to come down here to the basement. This is a little bit of a scary section. We're going to really try to not get hit here. It's not the end of the world by any means if we do get hit. Okay. It's kind of just random what kind of puppets we get here. We only got 1 red. That's pretty cool. Bro's got a shotty. No worries, though.
It should also be noted that we don't have Devil Trigger normally. This is because of the costume that we have Devil Trigger.
Okay, get these orbs. We're kind of low on orbs right now. We might not make the orb requirement. It's kind of an interesting thing about this is because this sword does more damage, we actually kill things a little too fast. So yeah, we're going to be short on our orbs. That's unfortunate. We kill things a little too fast. We don't get to farm a high enough style ranking on them. Well, at least it was a pretty quick mission. Yeah, we were 22 orbs short. So here, we did get the shadow. We would have reset this room if we didn't get a shadow. here, very, very important, because we didn't get a special bonus on mission 1. We're really, really aiming to get it on this mission. We're just waiting for him to decide to blow up. The thing we did there was we did a critical kill on the Shadow. If he does like a skewer attack, you can jump on it and shoot him. That will instantly kill him. And now we have Alistair. We will not be using Yamato again, unfortunately. Yamato is kind of just... It's kind of the same as Alistair, but just a little bit worse in a couple ways. Over here, we got our shotgun from the hidden desk. The shotgun's pretty sick. It's going to give us some good utility in the run. Let's see. Got a Shadow again. Another skewer. Okay. And now we're going to reset this run, and we're going to reset this room. Oh, we got the first choice sides. That's nice. This room can also have blades in it, and if it has blades, we're kind of in for a rough... Well, in this category, we would just reset the room until we get sides. In Dante Must Die, it becomes quite rough. Here we have the sarcophagus-looking thing. We drop down, got our staff. And we're just kind of in the same room as before, where we got our key and shotgun. Some, I guess, folding level design, you could call it. Here we're going to have one more quick fight against the big sisters of those Sin Sais. These ones are going to be Sin Scissors, which are a little more tanky, a little more prone to blocking you. Okay, good fight. And that should give us our special bonus. So ranks in this game, they're calculated based off of how fast you beat the mission, how many orbs you collect in the mission, and how much damage you take in the mission. And if you do the mission pretty much perfectly, you get a special bonus, which is 2,000 flat orbs, which is very important because like the entire pace of the game basically is based on how many of those we can get, how fast we can get our critical skills. And here, we just bought Stinger 2. This is our, it's a good combat ability, but really we're using it for movement. You're gonna be hearing a lot of this DA sound, so if you wanna spam that in chat, feel free. It's our fastest form of movement that doesn't consume our Devil Trigger. So we kind of just use it every chance we get.
It's always good to clean this room often with the shotgun. Makes it way quicker than using the usual Stinger maneuver.
Yeah, the shotgun method is really cool. We're coming up to our first boss here. This is going to be Phantom, and hopefully this goes well. If we get good RNG, like a good RNG opening from him, it should be fine. If he does a quick turn, we might be in hot water. Okay, we should be good. I choked. Okay. We're still good. If he'd done a quick turn there, like he can give you one of 3 RNG openings. And 2 of them you can get a quick kill off of. A quick turn, however, the fight just becomes completely random and it's kind of awful, honestly. But now we're going to backtrack. We're going to get a bunch of blue orb fragments that were definitely not here 2 minutes ago. And we're going to go into our first secret mission as well. I'm going to equip the pistols. I kind of just prefer the pistols for the secret mission. It doesn't really make a difference. You can use whatever. And this mission has us... We're going to, like, do a critical hit on this scissor once it gets down here. Okay. So if you just parry its scissor, it kind of goes into this deflected state, and then one good shot to its face will kill it. Nice, quick, very cooperative. We got a really quick mission there. Sometimes it control, it can, like, even when you parry it, it will sometimes just do this quick recovery thing, and then you just don't have a chance. But yeah, so we've had a good run so far. Another special bonus. Here we're going to buy air hike, and we'll go ahead and do an air raid purchase as well. And we're immediately going to turn around. This one is going to be Secret Mission 2. We have to kill 100 of these little so-called spiders. More like moving pixels. I guess that's all the game really is, but I wouldn't exactly say this would spark arachnophobia in anyone. But they just spawn in 4 little clusters around the room. It's really easy. Come on, give me my DT. All my DT. On normal, we could just drop a holy water, because holy waters are so much cheaper on normal, and that instantly clears the mission. Honestly, that's really nice. I kind of miss doing that, but holy waters costs an arm and a leg in this difficulty. So we kind of just have to play things more manually.
Plus 3,800 in this compared to 700 normal.
Yeah. The item scaling is really weird. It's not like a flat curve. It's like some items are like 4 times as expensive, some are like 6 times. I don't really know the logic behind it. This enemy, it's a death scythe. It's a little mini boss. Alright, one more good one to the back should kill it. Maybe even one to the front. Yeah. So our high time helm break ability, not our high time ability, it does extra damage when you do it from a double jump. So we really, really like doing that, especially when you're in double trigger. It just does so much damage, both to bosses and to regular enemies. So that's kind of how we kill the death scissors so fast. It's like ideally 2 hits, sometimes it takes 3. Here, this is just Secret Mission 2 all over again, only this time we weren't allowed to use weapons, so we just ran on them. And this is probably a good time to start talking about Secret Mission 4, which we're heading into right now. Secret Mission 4 is a doozy, and there's actually a very good chance we'll die here. If we do die, we actually just can't retry this mission. It's the only mission in the game that you can only try once, and it's also the hardest, so we'll just hope for the best. We're going to be going down here, and we're going to be fighting 3 shadows at once. I'm going to be quiet so that I can actually hear. Some targeting moves there. Okay, we'll just wait for this one to die. Oh, we're too close. So we actually have no control over Dante's targeting in this game. Just try one of these. Okay, we'll take that. We have 0 control over Dante's targeting in this game. He tends to target whatever's closest, but sometimes that just turns out to not be true. I'm too close again. So that is actually a huge weight off my shoulders. That went really well. I've died here quite a few times in my practice runs. So now we're going to just backtrack, and we're going to head into our second boss fight. And I've been talking quite a bit, I feel. Rexy, if we have any donations, if you'd like to list them off really quick.
Oh, I have plenty. We have $25 from Alex saying, my wife Maya and I enjoyed playing through the Devil May Cry games as a tag team, and it's always fun to watch her speed through the spots we got stuck on. Thank you so much for running a game with such fond memories. And we also have a $25 donation also from Galactic Baron saying, heck yeah, Yang! Congrats on making it to GDQ! Kick ass!
Thanks, Mario. Mario is how I know him. But we're heading into our boss now. This is Nello Angelo. Hopefully, we're just going to cheese him. 8 quick slashes puts him right at the brink of phase 2. Ah, he got a back shot there. Okay, he should warp. Okay. And this is kind of an annoying boss because he tends to just warp around. We can't really skip these phases like we would in normal any percent. But he's still easy. It's really easy to stun lock him if you just do a technique called slash canceling, which is basically where we... oh, I forgot to save. That's my bad. That's fine. We're going to drop a quick save here, though. We're going to be buying Vortex level 1. So right here, I don't know, we're just not talk about the boss all the way, I guess. We have these 2 shadows, and we're going to try to despawn the second one. Not sure if that angle did it. It did not do it. Okay. So he did that big tomahawk attack where he, ideally, we would have gotten him to fling himself off the map, but we just didn't get that. It's fine. We just have to fight him normally now. Assuming he does anything. Well, camera memes. So, other than going for critical hits, you can just shoot the shadows until they open their core, but that's a lot more RNG, honestly. It's not a lot of fun. They can just have so much health, you can just spend forever blasting them. And we get our blue orb, nice full blue orb, health increase there.
I suppose it's also cool to mention the reason why you didn't jump for the orb in the first place is because the moment a cutscene pops up, Dante just plummets down to the ground, so you kind of lose your bearing.
Yeah, we wanted to avoid that. And then here, we're going to go ahead and buy another purple orb. Every time we buy a purple orb, it completely refills our double trigger gauge. So we kind of just map out every one of our purchases. Like, there's generally a specific reason why we buy up the purple orb when we buy it. And we're going to come in here. Now we have Vortex 2. This is our fastest form of movement, but it also drains our DT really fast. Ah, that's not good. Okay, we didn't get memed. I'm going to get these orbs, though. That was a little scary. When those enemies, they have a bat form and they have like kind of just a Dante form that's like a mimic of your own. When they're in the Dante form, they can just split into multiple copies of themselves. And they can just do that endlessly. You can lose a whole minute in that fight. So it was really scary when the bat transformed into the Dante form. But we just got lucky, honestly. No memes here. T, please. Okay. And then when the Death Scissor does this, it is just kind of invincible. So there's not really any point in trying to do anything. Okay. Good fight. We still have double triggers, so we're just going to instantly end the mission. Alright, this has been good so far. We still have Secret Mission 5 to get through, but I'm sure we'll manage. We still have our Vital Star. Didn't have to use that on Secret Mission 4. Our Vital Star is the one healing item we get in this run. And we kind of cherish it. So here we have Phantom. We ran away from him earlier. This time we're going to kill him for some orbs. That way we can still S-rank this mission. We are holding a key item on this one. It's constantly draining our health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So these enemies, these are frosts, and what an angle to go to. These frosts, they're tanky. Okay. They're really, really tanky. You're meant to fight these with a weapon called a Freet, but we don't get that for 2 more missions. So we kind of just have to make do with Alistair. It's very kind of tricky. It's actually so easy to die there. To break out some Kingdom Hearts 2 lingo, you do kind of have a built-in second chance in this game, where if you have like a certain amount of HP, any single attack won't drop you down below 1 HP. But because we're taking the damage over time here, that will still just instantly kill you. Actually, I'm going to taunt this puppet really quick. A little more. Can we DT, please? Thank you. Ate the input a little bit there. So this is a really hard mission. We kind of do have a scripted combo to do on the first frost to kill it instantly. But then the second frost can be quite RNG once your double trigger runs out. Here, we're going to backtrack a little bit, and most people will tell you this is the worst secret mission in the game, and it's definitely one of the worst. This is going to be Secret Mission 5, and this is the second big choke point. I died here 2 times in my practice run this morning. So we have to get one of these spiders to kill the other, and they only have 1 attack that can even hurt one another. And we just kind of have to hope that they use it. And this mission can go anywhere from 30 seconds to about 3 minutes. So I'm going to just focus on this for now, and Rexy, if you would like to go on more donations, that would be great.
Well, I know a way that we can get more donations. Can we get a $5 Yada hype train going? And especially contributing towards the epilogue levels incentive for World of Goo. We have crossed over the $400 goal for that mark for that one, out of a $1,500 total. And remember, if Matt, Satan herself will play 3 epilogue levels, which will be normally skipped in the run. I want more content. You want more content. So, hype train, let's see if we can do this! Exclamation mark, donate in the chat.
Okay, I'm not going to play around, I'm just going to use the Vital Star. So one of the biggest memes that can happen on this mission is the spiders can actually push one another out of bounds sometimes. And if that happens, it just soft locks the mission and you have to restart entirely. Luckily, that didn't happen. We got the blue orb. We're going to do a little save warp here. And we're back at the start of the mission, saved ourselves from having to redo the backtracking. And we're going into one more good boss fight with our good friends Phantom. So we're not done with spiders yet. We got one more. And this one is pretty consistent. 2 good hits to his face will make him do this. And then 3 more good ones to his butt will kill him. That's a really consistent fight. And then we're just going to do some wrap up here. We're going to get another blue orb, come down here, get this trident. Sorry to say it's not an actual weapon. It's just like a little progression key item. Come over here and we're going to get my beloved. This is our grenade gun. It's the strongest weapon in the game, more or less. Basically, DMC2 ain't got nothing on the grenade gun. It's like a normal 80%, we get it, and we never equip anything else. We do actually have some reason to equip other things in this difficulty, but we'll get to that later. Here, one more blue orb before we leave the castle. Alright, and that kind of wraps up the first arc of the game. We've now left the castle, it's progressed from midday, it's now evening. And now we're gonna go explore the castle grounds. We haven't actually talked about the plot at all, really, have we? So right at the beginning, this girl, Trish, came along. She's like, hey, Dante. I mean, we're Sparta in this, but she's like, hey, Dante, that big demon guy that your father sealed away 2,000 years ago, he's coming back. You need to stop him. And then we're like, okay. And we just come here. We just trust her. She looks like our mom, so we definitely just instantly trust her. And that's kind of the whole plot so far. It's not a very big plot game. Like, it's an early Capcom game. Oh, just short of making it. And then here, we're gonna do like a nice little platforming skip. It's like you activate this wheel and all these really daunting looking platforms come out, but like, who wants to do a platform challenge in a Devil May Cry game? So we're just gonna skip to the very end. And finally, we have the Freed. This is our second melee weapon of the game. And it's kind of the best one, in my opinion. There we go. It's pretty limited in use on normal any percents, but in this category, we will actually be giving it a lot of love. We'll be upgrading it almost to max. That bird that we just saw, I guess I should mention that. Like, kind of how Griffin was Nightmare was our recurring boss of Act 1. That bird, Griffin, is going to be our recurring boss of Act 2. And our first encounter with him is just very quick. We ignore him. You can, in fact, just ignore him. Unfortunately, we can ignore all the puppets here. On easy difficulty, this is actually not a forced fight, but every other difficulty, you have to do it. We come up here. We're going to get one more little safety Devil Star. We've had a pretty good orb route. We could probably skip this one, but a little marathon safety never hurt anyone. Now we watch this door, the slowest door in history. You get to this door, you're 10 seconds ahead. By the time it finishes opening, you're 10 seconds behind. And yeah, that's mission 10. Or that was mission 9. This is going to be mission 10. This one's like a pretty sketchy one, honestly, especially in marathons. Please turn. Because what we're going to do, we're going to activate this here light. I'm going to talk to the thing twice. And now this light is going to go into an enemy, and normally you just like kill the enemy, and then the light goes into another enemy, and then it just like kind of goes on and on until the light eventually chooses a side. But if you just get the first enemy to the door close enough, you can generally skip the part where it goes into several other enemies. Okay, can we kill this one? Okay, and it is going here. You just have to wait until it goes to a side. You don't actually have to wait for the light to go through. You just have to wait for it to pick a side. Here we got 2 more shadows again. Unlucky. Pretty much every time you encounter a shadow, you hope to get an instant skewer. Okay. Okay, we got that one. So we're gonna just try to lead this one, if it will chase us. Try to lead him over here. That was unfortunate. Please don't blow me into the thing. He blew me into the thing, but the light is also going that way. If we have to restart this mission, I'm gonna be very sad. Oh my goodness. If you pick the wrong side, or if you go through the thing before the light chooses a path, you have to redo the whole mission. It sends you back to the beginning of the maze. That was probably the sketchiest way I've ever made it through that mission. So normally I try to get that shadow to do like a specific lunge where it just lunges straight through the barrier and then the light leaves. But that happened, so. Okay, and then here we have our first real showcase of Freets. Once we get to the boss, that is. For now, we're going to turn around, do Secret Mission 6. It's the quickest mission in the game. 2 nice quick double jumps, and we're done. blink and you miss it. Now we got to do a little bit more roundup. Come down here, vortex through. Vortex is really nice because it kind of just gives us infinite iframes while we're using it. Very useful for this and a couple other spots. Got the hidden orb cache up there. And then I think this is actually, no, we did use the Vital Star earlier. This is going to be our first Holy Water of the run. We're going to kill all these blades. It's kind of mandatory to do it because you get a hidden spawn of a blue orb when you kill them all. And it's kind of just a lot more easy and consistent with the Holy Water. Yeah. More health upgrades. You'll love to see it. And we got one more blue orb to get before we go to the boss. And we're going to fight Nello Angelo again. But this time we're going to use a completely different strategy. Before we abused his stunning trait to just keep him stun locked. This time we're going to also keep him stun locked, but we're also going to kill him a lot faster. So we're going to pop an untouchable. And we're going to use Meteor and Inferno and Meteor and Inferno and Meteor and Inferno and another Meteor and then Inferno. So Meteor just has, like, for some reason, it has insane stagger properties, even when you do an uncharged Meteor. So you can just keep them in a nice loop there. The Untouchable is really critical because, like, Meteor and Inferno, they're really strong, but they also drain your DT insanely fast. And the Untouchable gives us unlimited double trigger for, like, 20 to 30 seconds. I forget exactly which. So, yeah, we kind of just make chump change of Nello. We never really fight him fairly in this run. Which is a little, honestly, it's nice for the speed run. Here, we're going to get one more Untouchable. A little spoiler alert, that one's going to be for Nello 3. We're going to do much the same strategy. And this, that's our Needle Gun. This is another hidden Devil Star. Since items are just so expensive, we really have to pick up all the items that we're going to want to use. Here, we're going to use another Holy Water. Hopefully we get a double hit. It generally takes two Holy Waters to kill one of those. But if you shoot them, or if you use it at just the right time as it's emerging, you can actually hit it twice with the same Holy Water, which is really nice. So otherwise, finding Death Size is pretty terrible if you don't like it. So here, this is Griffin 2. This is kind of maybe the worst fight in the run. We did hit Griffin there. That might mess up the manipulation. Okay, he's going for the land anyway. Hitbox, please. So we did kind of a little manipulation there. High time, please. Thank you. Where we get Griffin to land on the deck. It's kind of precise, and I'm going to be real, it doesn't always seem to work just right, but it's the best I got right now. Once you get him to land on the deck, he's in this infinite loop where you can just get him to land on the deck over and over again. And in a lot of other difficulties, we would, like in Dante Must Die, you would just go and shoot him, but it's a lot faster to use your melee on this one. We haven't really talked too much about hard mode yet, so I guess I'll do that now. So the way this game does difficulty is common enemies on harder difficulties, they don't really get harder. Like, they deal more damage, but they don't get any tankier. The exception would be bosses. You deal 1/3 damage to bosses on hard difficulty compared to normal. But with the big caveat, if you're in Devil Trigger, that little damage negation goes away. You deal the same damage you do on normal. So basically, you always want to be in Devil Trigger when you're fighting bosses. That's kind of the key to going fast. Also, that whole DT trick, that only applies to your melee weapons, which is why we can't really use our DT guns. It does also apply to Meteor, because Meteor, despite being a ranged skill, it has the melee property in its damage table. here, this is the underwater mission. Everyone's favorite. You know, it was 2001. Every game had underwater something or other. And we're going to be in here for a hot minute underwater. It's not too bad. Be glad, actually, that this is not the PS2 version, because of all the visual effects that they cut in this HD collection, the visual effects when you're underwater on the PS2 version, they're so disorienting. I kind of hate them. I miss everything else except those. Here, we're going to backtrack one more time. You have to finish mission 13, and then you can come back, and then the secret mission is here. You have to talk to the undead captain. It's just so obvious that you, like, who wouldn't find the secret mission? But now we're going to be in this, they call it a prison. And we're just going to fight 8 blades underwater. It's not much fun. It's really awkward because a lot of them will just strafe around sideways, and you can't really hit them when they're sideways, or when they're moving sideways. And you also can't hit them while they're shooting at you, which is what they do if you look at them for too long. So, I don't know, it's just very frustrating. It never feels like it goes fast, no matter how well you do it. But we got it, and then we're gonna do another quick save warp here. I live in terror of the day that I reset to the main menu and forget to have saved beforehand. But it is just a quick way to return to the start of the mission. We get to leave the water for all of 2 seconds, and then we're back in for one more blue orb fragment. And but now we're done. We're done with water for a good long while. Sad to say, we haven't seen the end of it, but there we go. And it will come back. Here, we're buying a purple orb. What do we not have? Rolling Blaze, kick 13, let's do a double check. Okay, so that's gonna be all the skills we're buying in the run. And here, we have this little segment, which was designed by the Crash Bandicoot devs. Definitely are not booby traps on the floor. Pay them no mind. Psych. Turns out they were booby traps. Luckily, we have Vortex. We can just iframe through it all. And up we go. Got another hidden blue orb up on this ledge, and then would you believe there's a holy water hidden in the waterfall? Which again, if we had like a really killer orb route, which we could probably have bought that holy water instead perhaps, but we're just gonna pick it up. We're gonna get the marathon safety. So we had like a good early game, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a Devil Star before I forget. Pick up the item, please. Luckily, we don't have to fight this Death Side. Death Sides are like the worst enemies to fight in the game, both I think casually and in the speedrun. So they float around, and they always just keep a distance from you. It's really aggravating. And now we're going to backtrack all the way to the start of the previous mission, because we're going to do another secret mission. So I guess this is probably a good time for some donations, if you'd like to. Rexy?
Oh, I would absolutely love to in that case. So, alrighty then. So we have a $25 donation from Jaboomba saying, "Yang Gang!" And a $10 donation from Dell saying, "Let's go, Yang. If you see this during the run, know that Hungry Man says women's rights." And talking of Talking of being hungry, though, we still really need to end up meeting that goal right there for the epilogue levels for World of Goo. And I ended up getting the heads up from Satan herself, saying that they're going to have the most cheesy cheese strats in the entire game, will look close to unrecognizable from how they're intended to complete. So I'm all for a load of drip in many different delicious ways. I know chat wants it as well. Exclamation mark donate in the chat. We should still keep on going for that hype train alongside it. Let's do this.
All right. So this is Secret Mission 8. So if you remember Secret Mission 4, the one that I hyped up about dying in, this is kind of like that. We're fighting 3 shadows again, only we're doing it back in that spike room. But I wasn't really feeling like doing that, so we just popped out the water bottle and we just killed the cats. We just skipped fighting them. No one likes fighting the multiple shadows down there. And then that's a big save warp to come back. That was a long way. We backtracked for that one. Lost track where I'm going. Now we're coming down here. We grab the demon flashlight. Canonically, Dante is too afraid of the dark to come down here without the flashlight. We're gonna go ahead and get another holy water pickup, another blue orb, and we also got 1,000 orbs that were just sitting down here. Okay, that got our double trigger back. That's as far as we go down this path, though. We just wanted the collectibles. Which, you know, and an all collectibles run tends to be rather important. Okay, get our double trigger back. We don't actually care about killing them, we just want our DT. You can see why the grenade gun is so powerful. It builds your double trigger so fast, especially when you get enemies grouped together. It's quite broken, honestly. It's pretty broken, but if they ever do remake this game, I hope they don't nerf it. Here, first try to get that orb to spawn. It's kind of a weird one. You have to jump under this platform in a pretty specific spot to get it to spawn. But once we get it, we can actually grab the key item and we'll proceed on. Hopefully not get bodied by the shadows. I spoke 2 seconds too soon. And then we didn't make this cycle, which is unfortunate because then we didn't make that cycle, but whatever. Like 2 seconds gone, big whoop. I'm gonna grab that green orb. I wasn't very low on health, but again, this is kind of another spot that I've not had the best luck in on my practice runs, so probably gonna be a little overly safe. We're heading into our final encounter with Griffin. It's gonna be our end of Act 2, basically. But before we do the boss fight, we're gonna go to the top of the arena and get one more quick blue orb fragment. Technically, you can get this one during the boss fight, but we definitely just prefer getting it before, at least on this difficulty. On normal, there's like a nice little shenanigan you can do, but for now, we're not gonna worry about it. So Meteor is our weapon of choice for Griffin. Come on. There we go. Meteor is really good. Like, you saw the way it chunked his health there. It's because Griffin has 2 hitboxes. He has one in his chest and one in his face. And when he lines up on certain animations... Okay, we're stuck on him. When he lines up for certain animations, you can get these really juicy double hits where Meteor will just pass right through both his hitboxes. Oh, okay. And that was great RNG. That was really, really good RNG. So like I said, because you're kind of relying on those double hit windows, it really just depends. This whole fight depends on what he does for you. And he was very cooperative there. And now we have the Wheel of Destiny, which is our key item that's going to let us go back to the castle. We even special bonus that mission. Very nice. That one's not really a planned special bonus, so a nice little bonus. So things have been going pretty well. They've been going a little too well, which is why I think it's that feeling in the pit of my stomach that something's going to go wrong on this next secret mission. So we leave the arena, we re-enter the arena. This is secret mission 9. We have to jump up these enemies. And we're trying to get the blue orb fragment at the top. And it's really hard if you don't get it first try, because the camera tends to go wonky. Okay, second try wasn't too bad. The camera didn't 180 itself. It stayed mostly consistent. That's the big concern there. I gotta say, this is like actually a really rough game and category to no reset, so we've kind of been hoping on a lot of luck, and we've been getting it, so pretty good so far. I'm happy. But we will return to the castle now. Things are far spookier than they were. It's nighttime. Doors that used to be here are gone. All the enemies are different. And hopefully we don't get trolled by this plasma. We'll see what kind of memes it wants to give us. Okay. That wasn't too bad. He likes to do the Dark Soul dodge rolls. He will just start rolling and rolling, rolling. All your attacks. But we like to get this one as he's dying. Those of you who are pretty sharp-eyed probably noticed there was another blue orb fragment. We will get that later. Big shock, we are coming back. Okay. That's about as far as I'm willing to vortex right now. I really like having a bit of DT going into this next boss fight. And this is a boss fight. I'm going to do it first, and then I'll try to talk about it after. Hopefully I get the 1 cycle here. But this is probably the hardest technique we have in the whole game right now. It's not going to look very flashy, but on.
Okay, so while this is going on, I would like to end up bringing in a quick update on one of the bid wars that we have going on right now, and that is the file name for World of Goo, which is coming up next. As of right now, we are still leading with good luck as the save file, but you could end up changing it to something completely different, or maybe you can even bolster that lead. So, !donate in the chat for that one.
Alright, so the strat that we did on that fight, that was actually very hard. I'm glad we got that. But so the gimmick with the Ifrit is that you can charge its punches, and generally when you fully charge the punch, the game will automatically release it. But then, in like a little bit of a secret, if you manually release the punch within very specific windows, it will actually do more damage than a fully charged punch. And it's really tricky because each punch has its own like pretty tight and specific window that you want to release on. So yeah, we got enough of them. Again, I'm pretty happy. Everything's coming together on this one. But for now, we're kind of playing hide and seek with a bunch of shadows. And this is like, we've done a lot of shadows already. So Rexy, if you'd like to continue on, if we have any more donations, push some incentives maybe.
Oh, I would absolutely love to do that. So we have a whole bunch of anonymous donations right there. A $50 one that was sent earlier, a $10 one that was sent earlier, and a $15 one that was also sent earlier, all from anonymous donations. But remember, you can also attach these to the amazing incentives that we have going on. Can we actually get to $500 by the end of the next mission for the epilogue levels for World of Goo? I believe we can, chat. We can even bring in that donation train. Yes, it does! ! Donate in the chat.
Okay, so that was Secret Mission 10. We just fought 4 shadows around the room, a couple rooms. It's not very dramatic. But now we can finally move on with our lives. And we're stuck on the shadow. Classic Shadow. Gotta be kidding me. Anyone? No? Okay. So here, we're out of double trigger. We can't vortex the bridge, so we'll just have to steer jump it. Pretty easy when you know the lines. Also, I guess we haven't really mentioned it yet, but we are on Japanese texts, and y'all are speedrunners. I assume you can understand that that's generally faster, just fewer text boxes. It's pretty common in speedruns. Here, we're backtracking. This is the second to last secret mission. We have to once more get another blue orb floating up in the sky. Our last save quit of the game. Now, this is kind of a loaded mission. We were gonna go into our final fight with Nello Angelo, but we're kind of have quite a few hurdles to jump through first. Let's fully top ourselves off here. For the first real obstacle, I guess the first obstacle was that secret mission we did. But the next one is going to be, we have to fight 4 frosts. And these can be kind of a pain if they don't go down right away. We'll just kind of see what luck we get. Start off with a meteor. Okay, the first 2 always seem to go down well. It's the second 2 that always seem to give me trouble. I'd like for them to be grouped up. Here we go. Oh. Oh, you little...
That's pretty nasty.
Yeah. When they get low in health, they can just start spamming their little heal. Must be nice. Alright, so here, we're gonna hope we get fetishes to spawn. We did not. Can I get my devil trigger back, though? There we go. Nobodies are a little annoying. They're harder to build your devil trigger on, and so they have this sucking ability where they will just drain your devil trigger. That gets really annoying. You'll be like halfway down the hallway, and then you'll just like be dead in the water.
I'll tell you right now who is not necessarily dead in the water is the chat. You ended up hitting $500 out of the $1,500 for the epilogue of the World of Goo. Can we keep going with another hype train? Like, mention your favorite Devil May Cry games. You mention your favorite moments or characters from the series. That'll be lovely for people to end up hearing. I will absolutely assure that. !donate in the chat.
You'll love to hear it, reaching those incentives. But there, we did a little bit of Zelda gameplay. We hit a fireball back a couple times. We killed the dragon. Then we did a little bit of Mario Party. We spun a stick, spinned a mirror. Very exciting stuff, like really high-end action gameplay. And here, we're gonna hope we get fetishes this time. We did. It's just nice because fetishes are so much easier to build your devil trigger on, and then you can vortex in peace. And now we are finally at our final encounter with Nello. He took his helmet off. What a fool. Now he just has lower defense ratings. But it does turn out, this is where we find the big twist that Nello Angelo has in fact been our brother this whole time. Our long-lost brother who supposedly died 20 years ago, even though Devil May Cry 3 kind of retcons that. And yeah, we steal his amulet, we kick his butt, and then we steal his amulet. That turns our Force Edge sword, which has never seen the light of day in this run so far, it turns it into Sparta, which is not a good weapon. It does not have double trigger. And as I said earlier, this entire difficulty is built around using your double trigger. So kind of funnily enough, Sparta gets worse and hard, and especially in Dante Must Die difficulty, it's just it's so bad. I guess it's kind of viable in normal. Can we snipe the barrel? I do not have the elite super game or CSGO aim. Then we come in here. Hopefully we don't get memed by the scissors. Scissors are just kind of annoying in general because they will just go clipping through the wall, and kind of the same problem we had with the blades in Secret Mission 7. Dante just can't hit things underwater when they're moving sideways. So anything that strafes is just nothing you can do about it. Okay, if we hit the wheel. Go here, clip against that little platform. Get the last, not last, but like another blue orb to spawn. The last one for that full blue orb. And here we're gonna grab an egg. It's a completely normal egg. And we're gonna take one small detour, and then we're gonna have our second nightmare fight. And it's gonna be the same exact strategy as the first fight. Just we're really going to be going for those very specific punch windows. And hopefully we get it. As for our egg, we're going to do just like you do with any good egg. We're going to throw it in this fire and kind of just leave it alone for a while. Let it figure itself out. Meantime, we're going to fight Nightmare. That's not going to do it. No one cycle. Missing the one cycle is honestly fine. It's like 15 seconds. Mostly the shame, it just comes from the community. They're going to rip into me later. But Nightmare goes down easily enough, and we're back to our egg. A little heat from fire, a little fire from heat, and it is hatched into an elixir. A nice, beautiful elixir, which I think might make it an NB, I'm not sure. Moving on, mission 19. So our elixir, kind of unlike most RPGs, it's gonna not have any restorative properties. It's gonna let us go through mirrors. We can go into mirror worlds now. Which we did skip the cutscene that kind of showed it off, but in the bedroom, there's a particularly spooky, ominous mirror. So we're gonna be going through that after we collect a couple things. One last untouchable for the run. And now we talk to the mirror. Unfortunately, there's no ray tracing. We don't get to see our reflection in the mirror. Come over here to the bed, and this actually finishes off our weapon gathering. That Nightmare Beta we just got, that's our last gun of the game. We will never use it because it is unfortunately just really bad. And we drop down there, that spawns this blue orb. And then we go back and we will actually get this one, and this is going to be our last fragment of the run. We're really wrapping things up now. We do have one more secret mission, but the blue orb in that one is not really critical to the mission. So here, kind of just hope they group up well. That one, it didn't play well. Okay, he like can get hit at all. Okay, there we go. It's actually not as bad as it seems. Ideally, they all would have died in the Infernos, but this way we actually have double trigger and we get to vortex the bridge, so the time loss kind of just balances out.
Do you mind if I quickly chip in?
Go for it.
Absolutely. So we have a $25 donation from Alice Napalm saying, yeah! Oh, we're getting the call-outs from that much earlier on in the run. And we also have a $10 donation from Anonymous with a very smart comment, let me add. You can't spell donate without Dante. Oh wow! Exclamation mark donate really is featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. There we go. So remember, the next run, World of Goo, will allow the first thing to do is to name the save file. As of right now, Good Luck is still leading, but you could change. We are down towards the final moments of this run and a full break before we get to the start of World of Goo. So there's not much time left on that one. Let's do this.
Good luck. I like that one. All right, so this is going to be our final fight against Nightmare. One last try for a 1 cycle. Okay. This one's pretty easy, though. You only have to hit him, like, down to his last 1/8 of health, and then you get this nice little phase 2. And we did skip the cutscene, but it turns out Trish has betrayed us. Please jump, Dante. Who is Trish? She's that lady we very briefly talked about and have never really seen. I'm sorry, it's a speed run. We don't get to watch the cutscenes, except maybe one. Alright, so this one will be our final secret mission. It's a bit of a long one. We're gonna go through these tunnels, we're gonna fight some nobodies. It's maybe like technically a maze, but it's not really because you always just go down the right-hand side. We're gonna just be doing this for another minute, so if you have anything else to go on about, Rexy.
All right then. Well, I can absolutely jump in for this one. So, as a reminder, we are raising money today for the National Women's Law Centre, and they're fighting for gender justice in the courts, in public policy, and in our society, working across the issues central to the lives of women and girls. These below in all its forms to change culture and drive solutions to the gender inequity that shapes our society, and to break down the barriers that harm all of us, especially women of colour, LGBTQ+ people, and low-income women and families. Learn more about their incredible work by typing !NWLC in the chat. And while this is indeed absolutely fantastic for the charity that we're raising money for, this can't really happen without bringing in some fantastic content, as we do. So on top of the bid war for World of Goo file name, we also have the epilogue levels. We are getting closer towards $600. Can we get there by the end of the next 2 missions? We can do this, Chad. We can keep progressing towards that $1,500 goal. Let's do this. When this gets done, Satan herself will end up playing 3 epilogue runs, which are normally skipped in the run. Free content!
A little off target here. We're trying to shoot this lock thing that's off screen. And to briefly talk about the last room there, you kind of might have noticed that I just skipped an entire room. That's a pretty big skip in this speedrun. The intended path was we were supposed to fight the dragon at the end of that, and then that spawns a couple frost, and then after we beat the frost, we get to ride a bunch of really slow platforms up to the top. Alternatively, you can just vortex to the top in about 10 seconds and save about 2.5 minutes. So that was a really cool bit of speed tech. But you'll get a chance to see it again at the end of this room. At the end of this path. So Grenade Stinger, it's kind of our bread butter combo once you get it. It just does so much DPS. It's just, and it stun locks most enemies. It's just so good. And yeah, there's tentacles on the wall. I'm sure everyone in chat is being normal about it.
And don't forget the one that comes out of the floor if you stick around for too long doing nothing.
I thought that was going to kill him. There we go. So this is our second chance. We're going to see a Cosmo Climb. It's where, or at least we're going to try it. Basically, we're going to use our Vortex ability, and we're going to angle ourselves off of the bat to try to just fly upwards. And to go upwards, it requires an enemy above you that you can lock onto. And we got a pretty good climb there. We kind of bonked on the bottom of the ledge we were trying to get onto, but it was still fine. Here, we're heading into our final boss fight now. Let's see, what do we buy here? We'll go and buy a holy water, and we'll buy a purple orb. So this is Mundus. He's been the big bad this whole time. We haven't really talked about the plot. Like I said, it's not a very plot-centric game, but like 2,000 years ago, our daddy fought this guy and sealed him away, and now we're gonna do the same. And phase 1 of this fight is this really weird shmup section. We don't really like it, so on hard, normal, and easy, you can really just cheese this by using Devil Stars and spamming your DT ability. Your dragon that we're using here, it does do more damage the more DT goes into it. So about 21 full runes worth of dragons, we'll just kill him. And then I'm not really going to play any games here, we're just going to pop an untouchable. If he gives us optimal RNG, then we would not need the untouchable. But see right there, he used one bad attack, we would have had to use it anyway. So we're not going to really mourn the loss of the 3 seconds from picking it up and using it. Okay, and Mundus is down, and this has been a really good run, so we're going to chill and watch this cutscene. It's a bit of a tradition
you mean
in
the
our
best
community.
one in the game?
Yeah. It's a little different with Sparta, but...
Yeah,
That's Sparta
everybody
and
gets
Eve.
to see Trish too.
Yeah, that was Trish.
My mother risked her life for me, and now you too. I should have saved you. I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
Okay. So say what you will. It's very cheesy, yes, but there's something about it that really just strikes a chord, and yeah, it's very sad. Basically, in a cutscene we skipped, Trish sacrificed herself. She saved our life after she had previously betrayed us. But now we're in the TM Capcom escape mission. And yeah, we have 5 full minutes, and God help anyone who actually takes 5 minutes to get out of this. 5 minutes to escape the island before the end of the game. Spoiler alert, it's going to take like a minute and a half. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I might be jumped a little early there. That would have been funny. Come through here. We have one more quick forced fight. One more visit from our friend, the little kitty cat shadow. And we're just going to let him go ahead and grab us. Give us some nuzzles. Because that can be a bit faster than going all the way to the door and then just jumping around until he blows up.
Well, it's not just the mini boss that just blew up right there. So has the epilogue levels incentive for World of Goo. We've just jumped up to $1,100 of the 1,500 met. We are getting very close to meeting that goal. Once Mad Satan herself will play 3 epilogue levels that are normally skipped during the run. It's edging closer. I'm almost oozing with excitement with this one. Exclamation mark donate. Let's see if we can hit that goal even before World of Goo starts. Let's do this.
All right, we do have time coming up, about 15 seconds. So this is probably a good time. I'd like to thank GDQ for having me. Abby, Vin, thanks for coming on with me. And, you can drop me a follow if you liked this. But who you should really follow, time, by the way, in like 3, 2, 1, time. So I'm going to go ahead and shout out our community channel, DMC Speedruns. In about a month, we're going to be doing a set of relay races. And if you liked this, you know what's better than a marathon run? It's races. Races are sick at this game. You're going to love it. So yeah, make sure you check that out. If you're watching this over in a month later, then I'm sorry you missed the relays, but follow anyway. DMC Speedruns again. Okay, so I think we're done here. 1:00:23. That is actually a minute faster than my world record IGT. So I'm wondering what the RTA is now.
The RTA reads on my side as 1:08:51. So well done on that one, Yang.
Even with the cutscene? That's nuts.
Even with the cheesy Trish cutscene. We love that, by the way, chat.
All right, cool. All right, well, that's it. Abby, Vin, would you like to say anything? Last send-offs?
Well, Yang's going to be in that relay, which she didn't mention, but yeah, you guys should definitely go follow Without a Yang, or Out with a Yang on Twitch. You should also follow twitch.tv/vynnada. That's VYNNADA. Yeah, you should definitely do that. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Jadelyn Gaming because she's cool.
Also, as she's being modest, follow Abby's corner as well. Both Vin and Abby, they're probably better stream personalities than I am, honestly. So,
wished. Goyoda.
Mm-hmm.
Yang is absolutely fantastic, and so is Abby herself as well. So definitely check them out. Also check DMC Speedruns because it's going to be a lot of cool stuff over there too. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of events over there, but when we do, they're pretty sick. So, yeah. And thanks to everyone who donated, of course. Love y'all. I think we're done with all the send-offs. I don't want to go too long.